Powered by Riverside.
All right, welcome back to the College Football Show out there in Medford Lakes, New Jersey.
Oh, yeah.
Me.
We have the bugs, you have the sirens. We have the bugs, you have the sirens.
Yep. You got the bugs out there in Medford Lakes, New Jersey. That's Weeze. Over here in Chicago, Illinois, with a little bit of sirens, some ambulances, maybe fire engines. P-Mac here. And, episode 3, week 2 preview. Not the most exciting last week. We had a couple good highlights. Obviously, disappointment from Florida. We're going to move on. Get into this week 2, which is still not the best, group of games.
It's the worst group. It's the worst group of the year. It's the worst group of games of the year, which is fine. We'll enjoy it the heck out of it, and we'll be ripping and rolling almost the next 10 weeks. It's gonna be awesome.
For sure. Yep. So
we can ease into it and all that. So it's gonna be really awesome then.
Yeah. Yep. So we're gonna go over topic 1. First down, we're gonna go over game day in Ann Arbor, Michigan at Texas. We'll go over that.
Yep.
Second down, we're going to do top 25 breakdown real quick. Not that rankings mean too much early on in the year. We'll go over some of the rankings we're thinking about them. Third down, we're going to go to game day essentials, food and drinks. When we get together, Weeze and I and our dad, our Uncle Tommy, our grandpa. You might get Troy, his friend Troy, our friend Troy, Tim in there. Who knows if Pat and our sister-in-law Ray, and we'll see. But this is what our ideal spread is for snacks.
It's usually 80% the same for the most part, even no matter what house you're in. There's a couple staples.
Yep. So we'll go over that. Snacks, appetizers, obviously.
Yep.
Entrees and drinks, beverages. We'll go over that. What our ideal would be. We're going to go back and forth. We're on the same team. We each get 3 picks, and we'll go from there. And then fourth down, we'll go over our top 5 game picks of the week. Last week, a little disappointing. This week, still seems pretty tough. All the spreads are pretty crazy for what we deem probably the top 5 games of the week. There was a couple on the edge, but this is what we think is probably.
Yeah, there's a couple others, but these are good.
Yeah, there's is it Utah?
It's not everybody else's 5. It's our 5, and
Oregon, Boise State is in there, but I figured let's go something with some more exciting. Georgia Tech at Syracuse. We'll get into that. So.
Yeah, we'll get into it.
Yeah. All right. So with that,
the big game, the playoff contender game.
Let's go into first down here. We got Texas, Michigan. Texas at Michigan. Spread 7. I think it was about 8.5 a little bit ago. Now the spread's obviously Texas -7 at Michigan. Texas lost to Washington, missed out last year. Michigan obviously beat Bama in that wild game. Or beat Washington.
Yeah, kind of really didn't. That game didn't really. In the future, we'll look back at that game, and it was a darn good game. Almost kind of forgot about it.
Yeah, it was wild game. Obviously, Jalen Miller was coming back. We'll get into that later down the line in the season, but defending champs versus the team that
no love. I'm not saying they deserve it, but they're not getting much of it. Texas is good. Could have easily been the national championship game if Texas pulled off that nonsense. Remember that? Most people turned it off, even fans. That game was over.
The end of the game.
And Texas just out of nowhere. It was 13, and they were 11 late, and then boom,
they got down to what?
Then boom, they got down to about the 20, and it was they're gonna lose
all of a sudden.
Yeah. So anyway, just interesting that could have been a rematch of that, but it's not. Yeah. And listen, good for them. Texas getting all the love. I think they deserve a lot of it, but obviously big overhaul, right? You still have the same soul you would think at Michigan, even though some of the players are gone. Obviously Harbaugh, but they rallied last year. They won it all, and listen, they're at home as 7-point dogs. They're bringing in Texas. They're not scared of Texas. So,
real quick, I'll go over. So, in my notes, I even have Harbaugh on there. Obviously, that's a big story. So obviously, two Heisman candidates with the quarterback J.J. McCarthy, the running back Blake Corum, two big Heisman candidates, and their head coach, and they returned one offensive starter from last year, and they returned four defensive starters. So they have of their 22
Crazy.
starters, they have 17 gone, 5 returning stars. Michigan has. It's going to be it's going to affect it. Fresno State again. They're up 6 with 6 minutes left, as we mentioned in the recap from week 1. They're losing a lot of guys. So we'll see.
Yeah, I mean, no doubt. But they played with depth last year though too, and I'm just giving credence to I just think they have a darn good roster, and I guess we're gonna find out tomorrow.
Yeah, and they haven't lost in 2 years. So
Yeah. Whatever. I'm not saying I'm picking them to win. I'm just saying, lost guys or not, that's like people would, let's say I was Alabama 5 years ago and they had a big class they lost. They always reload and they were a 7-point dog to anybody. You'd be like, well, I'm thinking about the 7 there. So that's all. Just my take.
With the transfer portal and all that. They got
yeah.
But
but hey, listen, Texas, rightfully so, darn good team. I don't even know if they get full love. I think they're really good. Obviously, OU house over here. OU house, but we're calling college football like it is, and Sark's got them rolling, and he's got the guys, and they made the moves, and they lost a little bit, but they've reloaded in the talent positions. I think again losing outside talent, as opposed to the line of scrimmage talent is a huge deal because these kids can lock and load. There can be freshmen that come in and just they peel wheels and they'll just adjust. And if you're a ball player, you're a ball player. It doesn't take you too long. And I think they're totally fine there.
Yeah, I'll touch on that for a minute. So Texas, obviously, Xavier Worthy, who last night for the Chiefs, he had a rushing touchdown right away.
What a steal in the draft they had. Unbelievable.
They obviously killed Oklahoma a couple years ago, but we came back and beat them. And they lost A.D. Mitchell, their other receiver. They gained, I'm looking here, they gained standout Matthew Golden from Houston. Originally, Texas wanted him. He went to Houston, and then Houston's coach left, and now he's with Texas again. And they got Isaiah Bond from Alabama because after Saban left.
That's what I mean. Listen,
Isaiah Bond, he was a third receiver. He wanted to, he's going to get more balls, more catches from Quinn Ewers. He's going to be, it's a better, first draft prospect, and financially, he came to Texas. So they have two great studs, and they have a couple.
No doubt. Yeah, I don't worry about guys on the outside. That's chemistry that we're not going to know about, even if this is only they know. But outside talent and backs and receivers, of course, they matter. But I think you can replace older talent with younger talent. I just worry about when lines get replaced. More for me. So I think they're fine.
And Quinn Ewers can be.
Listen, I don't know. He's very good. I don't know if he's really good or great, but he's very good, and I don't know how he translates, but he's a very good college player, and give a shot, make a run this year, no doubt.
Yep, and I think Texas also has 4 offensive line starters returning, and their main defensive ends returning. So they're going to be good.
That's what I mean. They didn't lose.
Yeah, they're going to be unbelievable. So again, we're not going to do our pick right now. Game day's there. It's going to be crazy. Noon kickoff, right, in Michigan there.
Yeah, kind of stinks, but feels like old school football early in the spring. Good matchup, and it's like when you get an old Notre Dame game at home early. You're like, why is it then? Well, it's pretty cool, So it's going to be good. Noon kick. That'll be proud of that. He likes noon over 8 o'clock, so it'll be fun.
And before we move on, just shout out to our friends Tim and Neil, commenting on our YouTube there. Long time,
they're the best
college football people. We're going to have them on sometime.
Representing Tim, representing Wake Forest 1, Oklahoma 2. I mean, that might have changed in the years. And then I don't know where Neil lies because he's grew up Longhorn, went to Liberty 13-0, and then graduate at Baylor. So. I'd have to ask him where he lies as number 1 because you can have a couple at that point.
Okay, so we want to get him on if Baylor beats.
Certainly following of them. Yeah, yep. Either way, thanks, boys. Appreciate it.
So we're gonna, absolutely. Thanks, guys. We're gonna do. Let's click on button. Let's give it down. on. Topic number 2, second down, top 25 breakdown. Rankings don't really mean anything right now. I'm just going to shoot a couple things at you. SEC, I mean, it is what it is. They have 4 of the top 6 teams. They have 7 of the top 15 teams.
Rolling.
With Tennessee and Oklahoma State.
Rolling.
We talked about, they're probably going to get 3. Or obviously 2, possibly 3. Like we said, who knows 4.
Yeah.
Maybe a good chance of 4.
Be kind of a shocking year if the SEC didn't get 3. I think that's a fair number.
No, but like 4 is like more
Yeah.
than the play now. Like,
well, with how the schedules work out, that's about, some guys have light ones, some don't.
You could see an 8-4 SEC team with a really tough.
Yeah, I just think because Missouri and Ole Miss have that path as maybe not the top guys, but have the path schedule wise, and then Tennessee wouldn't shock me, just because the quarterback looks good and he could be better quarterback play than they've had the last couple of years, and they've had good, especially with Hooker, but he looks like a stud, and their schedule's solid. Georgia and Bama, never gonna doubt them. And then remember, Texas is in the SEC, so there's a lot of schools.
I could see just say Ohio State, just say Oregon wins it, or Ohio State, either way.
Yeah, I'll take that Oregon pick back now. I take that Oregon pick back.
I think Penn State or Michigan would have to be a 10 or 2 if they're a 9-3. I think you're probably, obviously, who knows what the schedule is going to be, but an 8-4 SEC could topple a 9-3 third place Big Ten. I don't know.
Well, that's where politics might come in.
Yeah.
Right? Especially if you're looking at a 4th SEC school versus Big Ten with a 3rd Big Ten school. I guess that's what we're going to find out. And we can't act like that doesn't come in. It's kind of stupid to even really talk about it now, but like that's part of college football. I think our brother Pat, here we go with the discussions. I think that's what it is. It's talking season. It's the best discussion you can really have of things almost that don't get played out in the field. And that's what it is. We'll see a lot more of those games be played out. But again, nobody's feeling bad for you if you're 13. You've had your shot. That means you lost 2 or 3.
And I did say before, there's always controversy over the 5th and 6th.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, 13th, there will be insane controversy, and I might be a part of it. I'm just telling you. I may be.
Sure.
You think, okay, no matter what, even just say it's Florida basketball or Oklahoma or North Carolina basketball, like, all right, they're the 65th team because they're all the automatic, but there still will be craziness. It's just not as, well, you should have won one more game. Now it's a little more like you just should have been in the top 8, not pushing for the top 11, besides the non-power 4 or whatever.
Yeah, you're not wrong, but you're not wrong. But
yeah. There's going to be big discussions.
Well, if it's Bama, they'll sneak them in, so they don't have to worry about that. But everybody else probably, it can happen to you.
Yeah, sneak them in last year. No, they should have been in last year for sure.
Who? That's
Georgia, Michigan last year. Georgia might have won it last year.
That was never on anybody's radar. Was Georgia being able to miss it by losing a close game to Bama? Nobody had mentioned it. Go through College Game Day. I want to see pregame shows, all the big guys. I don't think anybody said if Georgia loses, are they out. I don't think anybody said that. Bama was 8.
No, especially a couple weeks before the game, maybe a day before the game. Of course, there's talks of that, but that was crazy. And once they lost,
there wasn't.
I actually picked Bama to win with the spread. I was like, I think they have a chance to win. And after the game, I really thought to myself, I think Georgia's still the best team in the country. After losing
we might have got robbed. We might have got robbed of Georgia, Michigan. We might have got robbed of Georgia, Michigan, but hey, this is what it is.
Imagine that first, Anyway, on to so all right, so the SEC, another thing. So ACC, Miami's up there, big win over Florida. We talked about that enough in the recap.
You want to go into that more?
Yeah, I don't care, but I know you don't want to. No, I'm not going to do it to you.
No, I don't know. It's really a hard one to measure. Of all the big games, is that how much was. For me, as obviously a Florida fan, but playing this as the college football fan, I still looked at it and said, "Wow, Florida, whoa, that was bad performance." As opposed to Miami, they're in. You've 1 week in, they're like, "All right, Miami moved into the top 12. They're now a playoff bound team." Hey, maybe we'll look back and be wrong, but that's not what I got from that. I just thought bad Florida performance, and of course, good Miami performance. But my thought wasn't they're the team to beat in the ACC now. It was not my thought.
Miami, yeah. So that being said, Miami is now at number 12. Clemson with the loss, Florida State with the 2 losses. North Carolina wasn't supposed to be much. Obviously, losing Drake May, the receivers. They have Hampton, the unbelievable running back, but they lost their quarterback. North Carolina did. So now, with Clemson being down,
And we're talking Tech, NC State, and Louisville. I mean,
here's So we got 22. So Clemson's at 25. So 4 in a row ACC. Clemson 25. We got 24. We got NC State. They won by 17 against Western Carolina, but it was close. They were down or
well, yeah, but it doesn't matter because we'll find out. We'll find out tomorrow where they are.
Grayson McCall. They have the quarterback from Coastal Carolina.
Yep.
NC State grabbed him. He's looking good. Obviously, great second half. Georgia Tech with the 2 big wins. Haynes King, big freshman. They're usually a running. Obviously, there's an option run team, and then the quarterback runs. Now they got a white quarterback that can make some third down conversions. Who knows? They're ranked 23.
Yeah, they're believing in that coach. He's building a program.
Yeah, no, it could be. Yeah,
It's not going to necessarily be quick, but
years or so, which they since they had a chance for a 9-10 win program, but maybe it's now. And then Louisville, number 22, Tyler Show from Texas Tech, 6'5" quarterback transferred. They're 22, and they've been pretty bad since Lamar Jackson. They've been pretty horrible in the last 6 to 7 years or so. But they're back.
Up until last year, yeah.
Yeah, and I'm not going to ask you to pick Louisville, Georgia Tech, NC State, or Clemson because if I had to pick, I already had a playoff pick of NC State. I think you did too. Let me get this TV off here.
No, I mean I did not have that. But.
We get the tennis on. By the way, Tiafoe's playing. I don't know.
Yeah, two younger Americans.
Yeah.
Well, TFO, what is he? 25. I think the other kid's 26.
He's 25. Wow, he's been good for 4 years, 3 years. So I think. Did you pick NC State for your playoff possibly? There?
I did not.
Okay, so I had them in there. So
no, because I think they're good, and I just think I think they're good and short.
So again, that'll be a toss. We'll see what happens. It's week 2. They didn't really play anything. Georgia Tech impressive. We'll see what the rest. So
hey, they're Tech's home 9.5-point dog, and they're playing a team. So that's going to be awesome. That's actually it's an underrated game when you look at the schedule.
Yeah. All right, so let's move on here to. All right, third down today. Game day food and drinks. Again, this is not a snake draft, a competition. This is if we're going to get together and watch the game, just say it's me, you, and dad, me, you, or dad, and a couple friends. It's like a very minimal what we have to have if we get 6 items together. It's up to you if you want to go first. You want me to go first. There's no rules here. Obviously, if he picks a certain thing, I don't even say it. Might kind of handicap me because I'm not the cook that Steve is, but I can get creative and get some stuff. So 6.
Yeah, you're more you'll definitely know what's good and what to have, and you'll pick up the snacks and do your thing there. So,
but
you still know what you want. You just don't cook them.
So all right. So not just to take all the snacks from me because then we're gonna be screwed for entree.
No, but there's a couple obvious, and we'll go. So
all right. So I'll go first then. I will do the traditional, very easy. Anybody can do it. We've been doing this for probably 30 years watching college football. Just the cheese, crackers, pepperoni. Have to have pepper jack in there. That counts as a plate. I don't know if we're allowed to have all the pickles.
No, it is. Yeah. Sometimes I've added pickles and different pretzel chips, but it's one platter. It's one meal. It's one appetizer.
I think we're allowed to have pickles in there. Nothing else.
Like when I did it, it was really became a board. It's like a charcuterie, but it was a board. It was you were allowed to have all those extras. Yes.
So now,
but even a sleeve, even a nice sleeve that Dad'll do, and then just the basic pepperoni and basic sharp cheddar that plays any day. I up it just because that's who I am. Because I'm nuts.
Again, we don't get all the chips, so this is what I have to bring, and I have to prepare whatever. I'm bringing I think this is fair. You get the club crackers, the pepperoni slice, the thick pepperoni, slice it, and then I get a sharp cheddar and a pepper jack cheddar cheese.
Yep, that's what. Yep.
Pickles,
And
yes
Dad'll
or
probably
no?
minus the pepper jack for
We're not
Dad,
getting
and then he's just
anything else,
the three.
but yeah.
No,
So,
I just happen to do the pickles because me and you like it, and I usually add those buffalo wing pretzel.
And again, there's no
That's
order.
just
Yeah,
fine.
but there's no order for this, so like you don't have to pick the next serving appetite. It's just 6 things we have to have. So that's one of our things.
No,
So
but
the biggest game of the year.
yeah, but is it back and forth, or am I getting too straight now?
No, back and forth because
All
we're
right.
on the same team, and I needed a little bit of an advantage because you're the cook.
Well, that's fine. Then you'll save me maybe at the end, because I don't know if you'll guess mine. I won't take the obvious.
There's no guess.
So
We got to improvise and make sure.
Well, I'll go right to meats. It's not something we've had a ton, but because of you being gone the last 3 years. But for me, it's just because I do it enough. Would be the jalapeno poppers, bacon wrap, cream cheese in the middle, with the glaze. That's been huge. If Dad comes over twice a year now, I do that. And yeah, so
They're
keep
soft.
that
They-
simple.
the cheese
Jalapeno
melts
poppers.
down.
There's different names everywhere, but mine are just cheddar and sour cream. Just cheddar and sour cream mixed in, seasoned obviously, and then boom, take the jalapeno, wrap a piece of bacon around it,
And
season
again,
it,
I'm not gonna
and then I
lie.
glaze it up.
Tough pick for our spread since I can't do any kind of entree, but those are phenomenal. They melt in your mouth the way you make them.
Yeah.
They're so good.
Yeah. Plus, you have 5 of those, dude. You have 5 of those, and you got crushed. I mean, you're
Yeah,
good.
you're good.
You just keep eating
we
them,
got
but you're
3.
good with 5.
Yeah, so we're looking App City.
Yeah, this is dynamite. Yeah, I left stuff on the board. I didn't want to go back to back.
No, this
what
is
you
if
brought.
we're life or death. Our last football game. This is what we
Yeah,
got. So
but you took what you are because you are chips. You're the cheese cracker pep. That's what you. Yeah.
Yeah, but again, also something I can't make the poppers like you.
Yeah,
can,
of
so
course.
I have to go something I can do.
Of course.
So
All right, back to you for that.
I'll go number 3. And again, this is about for a squad of 4 people or whatever watching the game. So if it's just 3 of us or whatever, I don't know. No free ads. We're not sponsored by Yingling. I'm bringing a case of Yingling.
Yeah, because Yingling's not my drink of choice. But if I'm around you or Dad, especially if you're supplying, I drink Yingling that day. It's almost just what happens, and it's awesome. I don't want to drink anything else. It's college football with you guys, so it's Yingling all day.
Yep. So a case of Yingling.
If I have my own, I'll probably buy Yingling Flight.
Maybe extra case. Yeah, with a few of
Yep.
us, case of Yingling, we're good.
All right.
You hear the tingle when you reach.
Yeah, that loose glass hitting you.
Yeah.
Feels
So
yeah,
Yingling
sounds
lager,
awesome. And you're hoping when you hear that loose glass and you have a whole day ahead of you that it's not the 12 pack. You're hoping it's the big 24 that you're holding up.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And real quick before you say because they may sponsor us one day. You're not. You like a lot of their beers. You do other beers.
Well, no, I already said. So cool if they want to reach out. So I think, and this is no knock. We just
2 or 10 years.
Yingling in a bottle. Yingling in a can is not Yingling in a bottle. So Yingling's only bottle. And my go-to, really, my number one, what I would like to have the most would be Yingling Flight. But I can only find 6-pack bottles, and at $9-10 a 6-pack, you're getting crushed.
Well,
we all try to find value.
3 years ago, now it's probably more. Not.
No. They're $8.99, I think, or $9.99 here.
Yeah, make sure you vote in November, guys.
But
all right, so let's move on. So I got the Yingling over here.
If I can get highlight for $6.99, though.
We're okay with a case of beer. If we need a little extra, we get the little extra Yingling there. So, all right, number 4. What do you got?
Okay, so tough to take this off the board. I'd say it's a little more near and dear to you than me, like barely, and certainly most for Dad. Chips and dip.
Okay.
So, and if you don't know anything about chips and dip, other people will say anything else is sacrilege. It's a plain chip. Okay, not kettle cooked, anything else. It's a plain chip. I have a really good kind from the Amish market I get now. A little more crunch. It's cooked in lard. It's great, and with French onion dip. That's the play. That's the only play. You can't go a seasoned chip in French onion dip or a seasoned chip in a non-French onion dip. That's what chips and dip is.
The ruffle.
Yeah, I'm not saying you can't go. Yeah, because Dad will do that. Sometimes he likes to mix it up and get a little ridge in there. And the best bet is have both. Have two dips and then one of each for the chip.
Amazing pick. obviously we grew up on that. Every time we hang out.
Yeah, there's no way you're having 6 and that's not in it.
But I'm in trouble now, so because we have no entree, I can't.
Well, you got one more. I think you can pull one more out.
We could have redone it, but it is what it is. If I was going to do it, this is tough. If we're really, this is our last time doing it, I can't make much. I got to go an entree then. I'm just making some fresh, everything cut up. There's one thing I could do: onions, peppers, sauce. I'm just doing tacos and nachos. Just do a big platter. It's one thing I can do. You get everything in a little separate bowl, 8 different bowls, 8 different, get some hot sauce.
That's been one of your staples.
I didn't want to do an entree because I know you're the entree guy, but you took 2 apps.
Yeah, but it's kind of but it's been. So those can almost be on the borderline of an appetizer, depending on where you're going.
We're loaded up with food.
Yeah, and nachos and tacos are probably different. Nachos probably is an app, and tacos probably is an entree.
And then keep in mind, so Yingling is supplied for pretty much the day. So you
don't have to do entree.
So we are for the day. But you can do it.
No doubt. But listen, with 5, we have already had a full day. But if you're going real full and it's the playoff and you're at my house, number 6 will come in at now have been replaced. It was going to be ribs, but it's become poor man burn ends. So chuck roast, poor man burn ends. If I can in a day, Janelle will make mashed potatoes and we'll have all that sauce in it. No, I don't even know that you've had it.
So burn ends from.
You would love it. So it's a chuck roast, almost like people look like a London broil. Yeah, take me about 6 hours to smoke about a 2-pounder.
6 hour smoke.
Yep, and then you got all the juice in it and all. You have it's butter, brown sugar, and a little bit of hot sauce, barbecue sauce, and then stock or bird broth, and it'll cook in that the second half after it gets all hard and gets a nice crust.
So tacos come out at halftime, and then the main meal of the day, the burn end.
Or that's like halftime of the second huge game, and it's 8 o'clock, and then we're dead, and then we're just drinking beer.
Game 1 around 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, burn ends come out from the chuck roast.
Absolutely. Yep, and they all have times. It's interesting. They all have those times. I would say
we're gonna have to do this, by the way. Next time I come back over there in New Jersey, we're gonna have to do it, and we'll go over our whole order here.
Yeah. What we've done since you pretty much been gone, because you have, is all the snacks have pretty much always stayed the same, and now we're just up in the protein game. Because if it's my house, it's probably not going to be pizza and hoagies or Chinese. But if it's Dad's house, and Mom will that's probably the play. You know what I mean? Pizza or something like that.
All right, so we'll do. We got cheese pepperoni crackers. We got jalapeno poppers homemade. We got a case of Yingling, maybe more. We got chips and dip, French onion dip. We got tacos with everything. We got the burn ends, chuck roast, smoked for 6 hours.
Yep. Yeah. So it's an easy smoke. It's an easy smoke.
Amazing. So I think we're set. And just say hypothetically we had 10 more people over. We're going to go real quick. We're going to go 4 more to add to it. What we have to have, just 4 more things. No, just it for a larger party real quick. You start this one because just think about what we have.
Okay. Since we've been going heavy on the meal and the meats, I'm going to switch this one up and say whenever. Well, no. We're going to get another one. But for this one, every stinking party I'm at, even when I'm like, I'm not that hungry, every time I pick away, and I would never do it at home much, it's going to be similar because of the dip. It's the celery and carrots, and if there's like peppers there, I'll knock a pound of those out. I feel like it's good for people to just knock out, and then of course if there's girls there, they'll be like, that's great.
Yep. In case we invite any the girls, any sister-in-laws, nephew.
Yeah, try not to have them around, but they creep in.
Yeah, they come.
No, all are welcome.
Necessary makes you feel a little bit better getting a couple veggies in, even though you're flooding it.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, who cares? Yeah, it's great though.
Yeah, okay.
All right,
now
back on.
Because if we do have a larger party, we might need something that everyone can eat, just something easy entree. But I'm not going to do that. Shoot, because I really wanted my other appetizer, but.
I'm not going to take your other entree, so don't worry. You can hold it.
No, I don't want any entree. I want an appetizer and a drink. All right, I'm just going to go with. We need another entree if you have anything lined up.
I do.
I'm not going to do it. I was going to say just grab a couple pizzas for the 8 o'clock games because
Yeah.
people come in, but I'm not going to pick that. And then, everyone will eat the pizza. We got our stuff that we like, but now some pizza. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to go with I got one more app. So we're mostly app heavy. The spicy corn dip that I
Oh, nice. Yeah, it's great.
I've only made it about, I don't know, 5 times.
I would say 3-4 times. Yeah, it's awesome.
Onions, everything, peppers, everything in there with the Tostitos. So we don't really need the salsa cheese. The corn dip is pretty much all of that.
Yep, that's replaced that pretty much.
I didn't want to leave it out because that's the one thing I actually did really.
No, yeah, because yours were very. It was in a good way limited, but when you did them, it was like, all right, that's what Phil makes, which is great.
Yeah, it was
your house special only.
Shout out Lauren from New Jersey. I used to work with her.
Love it.
The recipe, it's unbelievable. So
nice.
Corn dip. So we're filled up on appetizers. Amazing. We got tacos.
We got 2 left, and we got to knock them out.
2 left. You're
we got here. 2 left, people, in the last 2. So, especially coming to my house, ribs. Ribs barely got bounced by poor man burn ends. I am more rib, but most people go burn ends. So ribs, if we're doing, now we're doing 10 things. So if you're coming to my house, it's ribs.
And again, this doesn't mean Steve's famous wings aren't going to be in play. This is just, we're going through 10.
Yeah, because for me, wings I have to whip up and I have to do it. And it's just more time consuming in the moment. If I do barbecue, I know when the half is done, they can sit for an hour. You know what I mean? Half hour, hour and a half. Right. You don't have to bust them out. Wings have to be, especially with you, hot off the presses. You're ready. No, they're tough. No. But they're going to sit hot. Wings aren't sitting for a half hour and then, the game's over. You're ready for the next one. Now you're getting the wings. Wings have to be prepared. And they're almost, I bring them out and say, here's your bowl. Here's your bowl. They're hot. Have at it. Yeah, you'll give us That's why they're out for me. Yeah.
All right, perfect. So ribs, they're unbelievable. Fall off the bone, but not too much fall off the bone.
Yeah, a little pull.
Makes
in between backyard and pro, but I still am a backyard guy. I don't think to be anything more.
They have a couple hours.
Yeah, ribs are easy again. It depends on the cook, but 5 hours.
Love it. All right, and then boring will end this session. Let's get obviously for someone else that might want some, water you can drink out of the faucet, but we'll just get some Cokes in there. Cokes here.
Yeah, there you go. Perfect.
So once you get into
good thing you brought the drinks. Good thing you brought the drinks in play. We would have been.
Well, I'm saying just because
older brother wisdom. You would have starved at my. You would have been parched at my party.
We'll do beers all day, but eventually, once you make the burn egg chuck roast,
we're not doing them all day, are we? We're doing beers all day.
No, I'm saying, once we like a bunch of beers early, maybe we have some tough losses for our team. We got the burgers, chakras, we got some tacos, we got some.
Maybe you don't quite feel like having a beer at that point, right?
Wash it down with an ice cold.
Slurp that,
and then get back to everything else.
Absolutely.
So, and of course, we get included as unlimited whatever. We get extra KC in for every 10 people. 15
Great, we hit all 10. We had 6 planned. We hit 10. And we knocked out the food.
The additional party. So the original 6 again. Yeah, that's what we're. If we had to pick just a small.
That won't be the last time food and drink will be brought up.
Yeah, cheese pepper. No, absolutely not. Cheese pepperoni crackers.
Great.
Jalapeno poppers, homemade by Weeze. Yingling, Casey Yingling. Chips and dip, French onion dip. Tacos with everything. Burn ends, chuck roast. Smoked for 6 hours from Weeze, and then their extras were for a bigger party. So, all right. Now
Great.
I'm hungry. Now I'm
really, exactly.
Really hungry.
This is it. We're on the 4th down.
So here, real quick, let's go into just the final few, our last segment, 4th down, our picks of the week, top 5 games we decided. I'll just go over the 5 games. I'll do the spread. You tell me what you think. So we got to read down from last week. We got Texas.
These teams are it's early on, and we don't have a ton of feel for these guys, and these lines are, relatively tight, and mine are strictly based on probably against Vegas odds of seeing a line and saying, I don't know about that.
If I was still a betting man,
I go on 5.
I would go. I don't like any of these. If I was still going to bet it,
okay.
But I'm going to pick it now that I'm not. Maybe it'll get somebody a win. So Texas -7 at Michigan.
Okay, so pride on the line. Not saying they have to win the game, but I'll just take Michigan. There's not much I'm going to go into. You mentioned the losses. It's evident. But I think the soul of that team and just on that campus and them still believe in the coach, and I still think they have studs, and I think they keep it close, and I'll take 7.
Okay. I'm going to go. This is tough. I guess so. Their quarterback, Davis Warren, he's the one that's a backup 3 years. He's a cancer survivor, and I haven't really seen anything of him much. He filled in because the guy that filled in for J.J. McCarthy, he went. So this guy,
Yeah, McNamara went to Iowa. Yep.
He's a cancer survivor. Nothing to do with the pick, but they lost everybody. Texas is that good. I didn't pick them for my playoff. Maybe because I hate them, but also we just dominated Texas. Oklahoma, boomer. I'm going to go Texas in this game. I think Quinn Ewers is.
Hey, you got to go with what you think.
I'm going to go Texas minus the 7. It was 8, then 7.
They got to be pumped, man. They got to be pumped. If you're Texas, you didn't think you were probably ever going to play in the big house. I mean, that's awesome. What a freaking game! Freaking game's going to be great. If nothing else, the atmosphere and the colors are going to be great because we don't get to see them. So it's going to be awesome. They got to be pumped to be going on the road and playing there.
It's going to be insane. It's going to be insane.
Yep.
So I got Texas.
Great.
The final spread today is 7, so we'll go with 7. It was 8.5.
All right.
Down to 8, down 7.
Let's move on. We're opposites there.
Okay, so we got Georgia Tech minus 3. Quarterback Haynes King has been serviceable enough to go 2-0, beat Florida State. And we got Syracuse, Kyle McCord.
Syracuse coach from Georgia, Camden boy. Great speech when he got the job. Really do believe in that guy. It's a shame they got to play in the Carrier Dome. Yeah, they have McCord, definitely a good quarterback. Got ran out of town at a place that's just brutal to everybody, Ohio State. The worst. I think we can agree on that. So anyway, but I like Tech. I like what they're building. 3 is not a lot. I know Q's is home. That's pretty much an even spread, right? Because you got the home game. Give me the Ramblin' Wreck of Georgia Tech.
Okay. I will go. I love the 2-0 Georgia Tech. I'd like again Kyle McCord. I wasn't the biggest fan at Ohio State. I didn't think he was that great. He's, another serviceable quarterback. I thought he was, but also I thought he was kind of like J.J. McCarthy, and I thought J.J. McCarthy wasn't anything. Look, he's a big time pick in the draft. Unbelievable.
Yep.
I was wrong about J.J. McCarthy. Congrats, Michigan. I'm going to go Syracuse here. I'll go opposite. Again, without doing too much research into the program, I know they're really hyped about it and getting McCord in there. They had a nice week last week, not against a great opponent, but I'll take Syracuse here. So
okay, move on.
Last week we had, I think, 4 of the same. Now we have 2 opposites. All right. So Iowa State at Iowa. Iowa's giving 3. Iowa minus 3 at home. Cade McNamara from Michigan is starting at Iowa. Cade McNamara, I feel like he's been at Michigan for like a couple of years, just up and down, but not. I don't know if he got hurt, but he was 3 years in Michigan. But he's at Iowa now, and Iowa State coming off. I don't know. They I feel like they can win any game and lose any game. So Iowa State at Iowa. Iowa minus 3.
Yeah, so McNamara's not selling me. I know Ferentz got rid of his son, who had a horrible, I believe, 3 years there, so he had to let him go. I'm not sold on changes. It's only been 1 week. I think they scored 40 points. Whatever. Defense is still awesome. Last 2 times in this game, the road team won. I'm gonna stick with that. Plus, a lot of people have Iowa, so give me Iowa State. And if I could add, I would take it straight up, and they win the game. So I just like they have the most proven production coming back anywhere of anyone in the country on offense. Iowa State. So they're loaded. They're cohesive. Obviously, it's a rivalry game. Give me the dog on the road.
And then you get the 3 points. You like them straight up. You get the 3.
I like Iowa State straight up. The world hates them.
Familiar with all the information you said about Iowa State with the returning players and all that. So, but I'm not going to go against what I originally thought. I do like Iowa. I have to stick with it. If you said that to me 2 hours ago, I would have picked Iowa State. But I didn't know all that information that you had.
Yeah.
I'm going to go Iowa. We'll see. Big name quarterback coming in. Obviously, he barely started. Didn't do too much, but Iowa lost some of their defense. They lost. Doesn't matter who they lost on offense; they can't score. But there's games where they can even hold, the best of the best. Ohio State, Michigan to 20 points to see if they can do something. So I'll take Iowa minus the 3 at home. Unbelievable. Week 1, week 2, Iowa State. It's gonna be awesome.
They've been doing that game early. It's great. You got to have early ones. It was like when Florida, Tennessee was always week 3. It was great. Yep.
Yeah, because then Iowa State switched to 100% conference games
Yep.
at the end of the year, and then Iowa switched to that too. Yeah, but
Absolutely.
Oh yeah, they have been doing it like week 2 or 3.
Yep.
That's right. You got it. All right, so completely different so far. Tennessee minus 9.5 with that Nico quarterback. Yeah, he's been great. And at NC State, Tennessee given 9.5. NC State had the big, once saw it in the fourth quarter, they almost lost the game. What do you got there?
Okay, so without knowing, obviously everything on these teams right now with being week 2, but I like Tennessee to win the game. Tennessee is 8.5 over under before the year. I think they're getting overshadowed even by teams that I picked to make the playoff over them, but they're darn good, and it wouldn't shock me if they finish the year, with a really good record and have a chance to sniff in the playoffs. So I got them winning, but NC State's tough, and 9.5 at home. I think they have a lot of pride. That crowd's gonna be woofing and rolling, and I will take NC State with the 9.5 all day.
9.5. Okay, echo that. Tennessee can be really good for
Yep.
sure. I'll take NC State.
Quarterback looks great. He's young, but he looks great.
So we're gonna match on one. I'll go.
Yep.
NC State.
And then lastly the pub game. It doesn't really deserve to be on here for the quality of the football teams, but it's Deion Sanders and it's a good rivalry. And
no, I think so. So again,
well, maybe that's just me, but whatever. So talk about 4-8 teams all the time and do all that's fine. I have no problem with Deion. I just don't, they're 4-8.
Yeah, a lot more exciting though, because Nebraska's turning it around. It could turn it around. Who knows?
Yeah.
More exciting than like a 21 spread.
Oh no, I agree.
Boise State and a Utah and 19-point favorite. Who's Utah play?
I think this line. No, either way, this is fine.
So we're going with Colorado and Nebraska. Nebraska's 6.5-point favorites. They
Yep.
got the Dylan Rayola.
Yeah, Rayola. Yep. Yeah, because Dominic was the lineman. I forget who he was with all those years.
We'll correct.
I thought Rayola was a Denver lineman or center, I believe. So anyway, but I know that for a while. Just forgetting. Yeah,
5-star quarterback went to Ohio State. So let me do this real quick. He could have went to OSU, could have went to Georgia. He's from Georgia. He picked Nebraska. He's like, people don't understand the Nebraska culture. So Nebraska minus 6.5.
Awesome.
Against Colorado. Go for it.
Yeah, I just don't like the number. I got enough respect for Colorado just because they can wing it around. I know how the game went last year, different team on Nebraska's side, but I will take Colorado with the points. And that's it, by the way. I have about 1 minute, so one minute.
I can't see Sanders being shut down too long. I want Nebraska to win. I hate Nebraska, old OU Nebraska rivalries, but the 6.5, I don't really like as much, so I'm going Colorado there. I still think Nebraska could win. I never do this kind of thing, but I think Nebraska wins by a field goal. We'll go there. So, all right, let's.
Okay, so Colorado cover. Good deal.
That's our 5 picks. Yep,
we got our picks.
Share this around.
We're down on the technicality. It's episode 3. We're hurting on the technical here, and that'll wrap it up. Great job, P-Mac.
This is a college football show from Wheeze out in Medford Lakes, New Jersey, and P-Mac here in Chicago, Illinois. We will see you next time. Have a great week of college football. Eat what we said. Drink what we said.
Happy Saturday.
Phenomenal spread. We'll see you on Sunday. We're going to do it Sunday this week. No distractions.
You'll have the post show.
Get into next week.
The post show.
Awesome. Have a great weekend, everybody.
All right, boys. Yo, good job. Happy Saturday.
Exciting. Can't wait.
Powered by Riverside.
It's milk. Milk. First beer.
Can't get him in here. You're going to see him.
Yeah.
All right.
Later. Good job.